All righty, it's Saturday afternoon. It's about 5:28 Eastern Time, and I call 5 o'clock the delight hour. It's typically the time of day when we're getting off work, or for most of us who work during the week, it's a good time to, it's called happy hour most of the time, but uh, we call it delight hour here for those of you who are a fan of my book, Customer Delight 365. Let me see if this microphone's close enough here. Maybe that'll help. Hey, I'm going to jump in and talk to you a little bit about Author in an Hour, which is a little workshop I'm doing tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. You can go visit livewithdelight.com/author in an hour. Howdy, Randy Chafee. How you doing, Shark? Good to see you, buddy. Randy is one of the most prolific co-authors of Live with Delight. He has four pages already. So proud to have you as part of this book. Love having you on board. Love your passion. See if a few more people jump on here before I go in and tell you a little story about why I'm doing this book and why it's so important to me. So I released Customer Delight back in 2016, and this year obviously has caught me off guard. Had no plans for a follow-up book this year called Live with Delight, but lots changed, a lot's come up since then, and I'd love to share a little bit about my journey over that time and why I decided to do this. One thing is that when I wrote my book in 2016, I have a nice sized network, a lot of great friends. But what was interesting about writing my book is it was very lonely. I put my heart and soul into it. I spent, when it's all said and done, I probably had a couple years into it before it actually went published. And then you really don't get any feedback. People buy your book, you get a few reviews. It's kind of like tossing a pebble into an ocean. You can't even see the ripple over the waves. Absolutely, Randy. I love all that you do as well. But it was like a ripple in an ocean. It really, I couldn't see it. It was covered up by the waves, and it was lonely. And for me, what was hard about it is, I had shared all these ideas. Let me see if I got my book floating around here. So I went through, I picked out 365 quotes that meant the world to me as they relate to Customer Delight. And then I wrote a little passage about it. And I wanted feedback. I wanted to hear about it. I wanted to know how it affected people. And there were a handful of key people. My good friend Catherine Gardette, Linda Bassett, my dad, a number of other people, just were huge fans of the book, often commented on it. There was Tom Monahan. It's my dad's cousin, huge fan. He actually owns the first copy of my book, Customer Delight 365. But I have to be honest, it was kind of lonely. And so I had a new appreciation for what it meant to share content. And so over the last 4 years, I've made it my commitment to comment and support anybody that publishes a creative work. For those of you that are in this broadcast or watching the broadcast or in my network, you know that I love to support the people I know. I like to comment on your videos. I like to jump on your broadcast. I'll write a review for you. I'll share your content. That is a personal passion of mine. And so, but it was interesting. I'm like, why does anybody do that for me? What's missing? Well, I just didn't have the right group of people in my life. So I met this group of people called the Mega Minds, or we decided to call ourselves the Mega Minds. And they started what was called, they didn't know it at the time, but it was a virtual book tour. And so a member of the group, Phil Jilks, Coach Phil, he went out and started sharing my book every day on his broadcast and reading from it. And then also a gentleman named Mark Gassert also jumped in and started sharing my book. And a gentleman named Eric Bam, every time he had an opportunity, he would ask people, have you seen Brian Monahan's book, Customer Delight 365? You have to get it. And it just changed me. I mean, I have to be honest. I was caught off guard. I'd kind of put my book to bed. It's something I'm always proud of. And I could always say I wrote a book. And that's what's fun about writing a book is you always get to say I wrote it. So I'm on this virtual book tour. I'm getting invited on shows such as Kellen Fisher's Coffee Talk. I've been on a show with Sean Litvak on Litvak Leadership. And everybody's just digging my book and want to share it. And they share quotes while they do these broadcasts. And I thought to myself, well, it's time for a follow-up. And I've always wanted to do a crowdsourced or a collaborative book. And I think that's a cool idea. And so I was like, just playing around with ideas. It was over a couple months time frame over COVID. And I was like, just overthinking it. And finally I said to myself, Live with Delight 365. Or Live with Delight 365. I was like, well, that's too simple. I can't go with it. And I said, nope, I am doing it. I'm moving forward. And that would be my number one tip for how to move forward with a book is you have to get freaking started. You have to get started somewhere. You got to get momentum. You got to get moving. And so a couple things. It's hard to write your first book. It is very hard. You got to get momentum. So I want to help you get some momentum. And the way I'm doing that is with this book let me throw stuff around here. It's a follow-up series. It's called Live with Delight 365, and it's very similar in format to Customer Delight 365. It's a quote, but it's your quote, your favorite quote, and it's a passage about that quote. 2, 3, 5 sentences, sharing what your thoughts are to extend on that quote. And hopefully these are delightful quotes or inspirational quotes. That's what I'm gathering. So I'm looking for you to join Live with Delight 365. And so if you go visit livewithdelight.com, you can go ahead and find Author in an Hour. I'm doing a training tomorrow night, Sunday night, 7 p.m. It's going to be a Zoom call, and I'm going to give you tips on how to get started. We are going to pick a quote out on the call. We're going to work on your passage. And we're going to talk about how you might take this approach for your own book and get you started, but also give you an opportunity to be a part of Live with Delight 365. A couple things. If you sign up for tomorrow night, I am going to be raffling off a page in the book for free. I do charge $100 per page to be in the book. And you get a lot of goodies with that. You get a copy of the book sent to you. You get also, if you sign up tomorrow night for tomorrow night's course, you get a copy of Customer Delight 365 in PDF format sent to you free. You'll get to be in the co-authors club if you sign up for a page in the book. I'm kind of mixing and mingling everything you get here, but So if you're a co-author, I mentioned the co-authors club. For the people who are already signed up for Live with Delight 365, go ahead and jump on that training tomorrow. I'm going to talk about the format of the book. I'm going to give you some ideas on how to get started. I'm going to help you not overthink how to write a book. It's always about overthinking things. For those of you who are a member of my group called The New Amazing, you know I have a motto, and that motto is YTF. And that stands for yes, the fuck. Yes, the fuck. I said it. Okay. YTF. You got to say that first. Second, you got to say start now. That's the second step. You got to start now. I started this book. I decided I was going to do it on the end of September. And my goal is to have this thing out by 12/15 so that people can buy it for holiday gifts. You can buy pages and let people write a passage. And that's a great holiday gift. What's better than that than to be a part of a book for eternity? Yes, eternity. Once we print a couple copies, there's a good chance they could be around forever. And they'll always be in the ether, and they're going to be on Amazon, and you'll be able to do an author page. Got some new authors joining on board. Super excited. Yesterday, spoke with Lois Kofi, and she is just a fantastic entrepreneur who's teaching people how to build their email list. Super excited to have her on board. as well. And so we're in negotiations with a handful of people right now to be a big part of this book. Mr. Gilk says, promote the PDF as your digital book instead of a PDF or an ebook. There's more value. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. It is a digital version of Customer Delight 365. Thanks, Coach Phil. And so go ahead and sign up for that class tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. It's free. The class is free. Of course, I'm going to pitch you on a page, but you can handle that. And even if you don't sign up for the book, you're going to get a free copy, digital copy of Customer Delight 365, because that has more value. Also going to teach you how to get started, get moving. We're going to pick a quote tomorrow, and we're going to write your passage tomorrow. And even if you don't sign up for the book, we are going to publish that passage somewhere. It will be published. And that's how you become an author, is you have your own ideas. You have to go here. You got to take that crap that's stuck between your head and move it out. I always say that an idea that does not get put into the world is kind of like that proverbial tree that falls in the forest that nobody hears. Those ideas that are stuck right between here, those opinions, those inspirations that never make it onto paper or into digital are not real. They're not real until you get them out of there. I need to see them. So words are forever, folks. Once you share them in print and digital, you publish them, they're for everybody. And I think everybody deserves to be published, shared, honored, and I want you to be a part of that. So looking forward to all of you who are going to sign up tomorrow night. I'll post the link here in the various comments. Looking forward to you sharing that with your friends. It'll be a fun little class. So I'm sure there'll be some mega minds that will show up. For those of you who love the mega minds, I'll have a few of them on board. And hey, we're gonna have a good time. So thanks for stopping in. Thanks for all of you who have signed up for Live with Delight 365. Go visit livewithdelight.com. Get signed up for the course tomorrow. Absolutely. Eric Bam. Eric Bam is a co-author in the book. He has also been quoted in the book. I believe he is the first author who has also been quoted. Now, he did not quote himself. It is legal to quote yourself, by the way. I quoted myself a number of times in the book, Customer Delight 365. Alan Barise, a good friend of mine, Megamind, he quotes himself all the time. And I say, go for it. You have thoughts. You have ideas. Where does a quote start? It starts when you publish it. Somebody has to publish it. Why are you waiting for somebody else to publish it? Let's get moving, folks. I don't know what you're waiting for. That's a book that I'm going to write soon. Eric said, if you're going to write a book in 2021, what would it be called? And my title is, What Are You Waiting For? What are you waiting for? Come on. We ain't got the rest of our lives, folks. This shit, it could end tomorrow. You never know. What are you waiting for? Seriously, what are you waiting for? Post it in the comments here. What is holding you back? Why are you not moving forward with your book? Why are you not moving forward with your awesome content? Why are you not moving forward? Because you're scared. You're afraid of what people think. You're not committed. You're not taking the time. But I'm helping you out. Sign up today. Live with Delight 365. Hey, I'm going to do a little physics class here. They say an object in motion tends to stay in motion, and an object at rest tends to stay at rest. So unless you are actively working on your book, you are at rest. And if you are at rest, you are not in motion. Oh, this dude is not shy. He is not shy. He's going to ask me some silly ass question here in a minute. Eric Bam, I could write a book called Bam 365. I got enough quotes from you in my short 6 months knowing you. I could just go ahead and write Bam 365. You are not shy. I don't know what you're talking about. But no, and if you are shy, and you're not a good writer, I actually have a tip for that as well. And I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. You do not actually have to type or write. You just need to be able to think and talk. You have to be able to share. And I will help you get started. All right. Luann, I will send you the instructions. I think I sent them to you, but I will send them to you in I'll post them in Messenger for you after this is done. I might have sent it to your email. I don't know. Eric Bam asked me, do you like PB&J? I'm going to say we as a family love PB&J. We almost always have a jar of peanut butter and jelly out on our counter, and it never gets put away because we are constantly scooping that crap out, putting it on bread. My preference is to do PB&J on a English muffin, Eric. And those are probably good pizzas as well. Oh, PB&J pizza. There you go. So if you do it on an English muffin, it's kind of like a little mini PB&J pizza. English muffin, toast it. Thomas's are the best. There's some other good ones out there, but the ones you can buy from the grocery are Thomas's. Little nooks and crannies. So we got, actually, this is part of the Authors Club here. Phil Jokes, Eric Bam, Luann, Randy Chafee. You are all in the co-authors club. So awesome. Thanks for stopping in today. You guys are the shadizzle, or the shabam, as I call Eric. But hey, what are you going to do to get started? So an object in motion tends to stay in motion. An object at rest tends to stay at rest. So are you resting or are you in motion? And if you're resting, sign up for my class tomorrow night, and we're going to help you get motion. We're going to help you get motion towards your book. We're going to do it in under an hour. And you can either sign up for Live with Delight 365. You might win. I'm actually auctioning off 2 pages tomorrow. Whoever wins gets a page for themselves and a page to gift. We got to pay this forward, folks. I have not had a PB&J French toast, but Luann, that sounds wonderful, as you said. Definitely going to give that a whirl. Very, very good. And you may call me Mr. Author or Author. You got to say it with a special pronunciation. Do you say it like Arthur or author? Is my name Mr. Author? I don't know. So I guess I've been going too long. So we're going to wrap up here in a moment. But go visit livewithdelight.com. You'll see the Author in an Hour link. I'm going to do a little Zoom class tomorrow, 7 p.m. I'm sure a few Megaminds will be there tomorrow. You guys are awesome. Thanks for stopping in, and have a delightful weekend. See you soon.